Welcome, Selena. How are you?
I'm good, Carl. I'm so happy to be talking to you.
Oh, me too. I love doing these, and they're fun. So, tell us a little bit about your goals
Mhm.
and what you're trying to accomplish with this page.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just some general background. So, I work with different, experts and authors and coaches, and I help them increase their visibility. And at the same time, I'm also looking to build my email list. And so, I've been doing interviews. Been fortunate to have done an interview recently with Carl, and I have a bunch of other great interviews coming up. And at the end of the interview, for people who want to learn more about me, I send them to a specific landing page on my website where I give away a free gift. And so after the interview I did with Carl, I told everybody that the interview was essentially about networking and building relationships and how to stand out. And I told people that if they wanted to learn how to really add value to influencers and to get the attention of their favorite blogger, expert, or author, that I had this guide that would share with people six really simple ways where they could add value so that these influencers would actually want to have them in their network and they could develop super powerful relationships. So the page that I showed Carl is basically the page that I was, a very similar page I was creating for all the other interviews. And Carl, I mean, I knew it wasn't perfect, but I just didn't know what to change. And when I sent it to him, he was like, "Oh, interesting, because this is probably the same page you're using for a lot of things." And it's a really important page because that's where a lot of traffic is going to, and people either decide to opt in like yes or no. And that's really how I build my newsletter list, my customer base, and also, for all of my clients who are doing interviews, it's important for me to really, I guess, um, fine tune my skills in this area. And so I know that Carl is an expert in these areas. I'm always excited to learn from people who know more than me. So that's why we're here.
Well, no matter what, there's always something you can improve. On a sales page, landing page, website, and
Yeah.
it's a process. And that's well. So let's dig in. Let's talk about a few of the concepts. So your main thing is trying to capture their name and their email and
Yes,
start building a relationship with them.
exactly.
So, okay, when you sent me this page, one of the first things that sticks out is up top you have the navigation.
Yes.
And on a landing page, the number one focus should be what you're trying to accomplish, and that's capturing their email. So,
Yes.
we talked about removing this, and actually on this other tab over here, people will see um,
Mhm.
that you have another landing page set up, which you've kind of built off of some of the ideas that we talked about. But
Exactly.
we'll keep them in suspense. We'll talk about this one, and then we'll move to the next one. Um,
Okay, cool.
so remove I would remove the navigation because the you really want them to focus on the benefit of what you're able to deliver when they give you their email. And we know people are busy. We know that it's a struggle keeping our inbox at zero. So they really want to make sure that they're only giving their email away to someone that's really going to help them. And
Right.
yes, so that's the key. And I, I, I like that next step of asking a question. It's one of the more powerful ways to grab people's attention. And what you're trying to do is try to pique their interest a little bit.
Mhm.
Now, you want to get attention of your favorite blogger, expert, or author, which is
Yeah.
good. But it would be nice to have a little bit of an answer in there, like a subhead. And something along the lines of sign up for email updates and learn how you can get a high level people's attention so you can and then insert what it is that this course does really well.
Yeah, it's like a guide. It's like literally just it's like one page that
Okay.
outlines the six ways that they can really add value. And now that I'm reading this again, it's like, it's like I ask a question, but then it's not really clear what they're putting their name and email in for.
Yeah.
Even though it was said in the interview, but still, I wonder if it should say something like, right away, like download your guide or something more action oriented rather than just the question?
Yeah. So, and that was the kind of the next step is what is it?
Okay.
And then what's the benefit? And then a call to action.
Yeah. Okay.
So you pique their interest, then you explain what it is that you can deliver them, and then what's that benefit? And the benefit is more money, larger network, you know, growing your business, and so on and so on when it comes to um, this guy that you're trying to promote. And then it's asking for the sale, basically. And it's a very, it's not really a sale per se with money exchange, but it's attention exchange.
So, okay, Carl, because actually, because I've done interviews and I'm writing guest posts for different audiences, but actually, I would say that for the interviews I'm doing, they tend to be for an entrepreneur's audience. So I was, and actually, someone suggested this to me, but maybe just like copy like want to get the top influencers or want the top influencers in your field to help you grow your business, and then some kind of like download your free guide or free checklist or free or download 6 simple ways to add value so that the most powerful people or something about so that the people who can open up doors for you want you in their network.
Okay,
Something
so
worth.
yes, you nailed it, and that's that benefit. It's
Yeah.
it's putting that up front and really making sure that they know, wow, yes, that's what I want. I want to be able to be in touch with people who have large networks, who have a lot of influence over other people. And then
Right. Okay.
go ahead.
No, I'm still like kind of brainstorming a little bit, but okay, continue.
And and it's hard because really, want to get the attention of a favorite blogger. It, that question is almost like a feature. Yes, you want their attention, but what does that mean for them? And that's where that growing your network to to reach out to people who have large swaths of people that can really say, hey, uh, Selena's amazing, you should hire her, you should um, buy the next workshop from her. And that benefit is that monetary benefit. Sometimes you don't want to just say, hey, sign up for my email, earn more money, but that step right before it, sign up for my email, and then you'll have the attention of thought leaders who can help um, let their audience know about the amazing products and services that you offer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they want to, like you said, they want to grow their business, they want to make money. I was thinking, I was actually just talking to another friend who, um, actually, maybe, I don't want to skip on to the next page, never mind. But maybe it's more about, something like you were saying, like a tangible benefit. So it's like, we have that headline, like, want the top influencers in your field to help you grow your business, and then download 6 simple ways to add value to your network so that, what? Like, so that you I mean, what we can kind of skip to the next page, or well, in terms of the next page, what he was saying was so that you can get your first A-list client or first A-list mentor, something like that.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes it's nice to have a few benefits because,
Okay.
for example, and you don't want to overdo it. You don't want 10 benefits, especially for something
No.
so short. But so maybe even a little teaser, like, here's the first rule of this. And sometimes what's nice or a mistake that people make because oh, I make that mistake. Yes, I want to avoid that mistake, so I want to download this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's because what if they have an an A+ influencer already, but that's part of the part of the process and testing. No matter what, you should always do some split testing on a landing page. and then you can really start to see what people connect with and what they don't.
Oh God, Carl, this is exciting, but it's like so above me. I've never done split testing before.
And when people first start off, people think of split testing. It's really not very complicated. It's having um, some software in place, but then it's not creating two whole different landing pages. It's just changing one little thing and then having the traffic split between them.
Right. Okay, I see.
So the idea would be just try the different headline, and which is usually what I suggest to people first.
Okay, don't change so many things, just change one thing so you
Just
can track.
change one thing and split the traffic to it. And then
Okay.
what ends up happening then is you can actually see, like, oh, I thought, because you're in a different place than a lot of the people that you teach and a lot of people who want information from you. And sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
kind of you forget that where they're at, and because of that, the copy isn't quite as um, quite where it should be to hit your target market.
Right.
You haven't really sold them yet, then they get to the bottom, and then what's good is you have that next box in down below.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
a lot of times, what I suggest is see these. You have three testimonials,
yeah.
putting them within the copy because you want to start building
Okay.
trust in the copy.
Okay.
Because once they get there, they possibly have made up their mind already.
Okay. All right, I hear what you're saying. So
Get
embed the testimonials, which add the credibility within the copy, not just as an afterthought at the
Yeah,
end.